All right, so when we last were talking, we were just starting with these verbos irregulares. I told you the acronym, which I'm sure you know, HQVP, paste. Now, you don't have to know that acronym, but I find it very helpful because otherwise you're stuck memorizing all of these guys and then their stems and then blah, blah, blah. If you remember, HQVP, paste stands for hacer, querer, venir, poner, poder, andar, saber, tener, and estar. And those are all of the verbs that are listed right there. What is that? I'm trying to count them right now. 4, 8, 9 verbs. It's not that many, but it's really a long list when you think about this whole entire review and how much you have to do. So the stem of tener is tuv. The meaning. To have. The meaning of andar is to go. Like you can andar en bicicleta, go for a bike ride, andar a pie, like go for a walk, stuff like that. It's almost like, well, yeah, no, let's just leave it at to go. All right, estar is to be, and that's, of course, place and not doctor, which we talked about earlier. And poder is to be able to, it's the can. And then let's go with the yo forms of these. Yo form of tener, the stem is obviously tuv. Yo form is e, and do I have a spot here? No. So let's make a little spot right here. Hold on a second. It's the magic of computers, people. I put the cookies in the oven, I can take them right out and it's done. So there's my little verb chart that I was talking about. Iste, o, imos, ieron. And of course that eron just for the J stems, okay? So you have them organized on your green sheets that we did in class as J stems and I stems and U stems, and that's fine if that helps you remember them. I believe I've got my U stems here together, and then I've got, here's an I stem, I stem, I stem, and then I've got a J stem, sorry, that's a J stem, J stem, and I got another I stem. So they're not really in order here, however you want to memorize it. You could always pay attention to this guy.
Tener estuve, estar estuve, ires fui también ser, poner expuse, poder expude, traje es para traer, hacer hice, haber hube, sabe super querer quise, decir dije, venir vine, me olvidar de no acentos. Tener estuve.
But why would you ever want to watch that video when you've got all this? Okay, so I've got the meanings here. Tener is to have, andar is to go, estar is to be, as in place, and that's position, location, action in progress, condition, and emotion. Poder is can or to be able to. Poner is to put or to place. If it's reflexive, ponerse is to put on. Saber is to know facts and information. Venir is to come. Querer is to want. Decir is to say or to tell. Traer is to bring or to carry. Hacer is to make or to do. Here's the yo forms of all of those verbs, and you're more than welcome to pause the video and copy them down. I suggest that you maybe even on the left here write out these stems that I've got highlighted in red. So you've got tuv, anduv, estuv, pud, pus, soup, vin, quis, dich, trach, and is. And again, C followed by an O is a hard C, so they had to change the C for an O in the LAN usted box for hacer only. So the only thing weird about hacer is the LAN usted box. Decir and traer have problems in the ellos form. Everybody else is normal and they're following this rest of this chart, the ieron, okay? And like I showed most of y'all in class, this is a mixture of the regular AR preterite verb chart and the regular ER-IR preterite verb chart just without accents. So the top left and the bottom left are the regular AR verb chart, and this little arrow pointing left here, which is the top right, middle left, and bottom right, are the ER-IR verb chart. So maybe that'll help you remember how to do this verb chart. Super important that you make as many notes on your test as you can, translate as many things as you can, circle what kind of verb it is or whatever you need to do so that you get it done correctly. But if you don't remember this verb chart, it doesn't even help you. And you also have to know what everything means. This test is at least as vocabulary based as it is conjugation based, okay? I can't say that enough. All right, so here come the EOS form. All right, so I've got those conjugated out for you there. I've got from the top, tuvieron, anduvieron, estuvieron, pudieron, pusieron, supieron, vinieron, quisieron, dijeron. It loses its I there. Maybe there's too many dots above the word. I have no idea. Trajeron instead of trajeron. And then hicieron. So these are your weirdos, and this is your weirdo. Inside of the irregular preterite. These are the only ones that you can call irregular. When we talk about the stem changers and all that crazy stuff that we did earlier, we're going to call them weird verbs, but the only ones we can call irregulars are our HQVP pace types, okay? So these are irregular everywhere though, so if you can memorize the stem and then plug everything into this chart, you're done. They're not only weird in the EOS form, they're not only weird in the yo form, they're not only weird in the nosotros form, they're weird everywhere. Then they're extra, extra weird right here, and right there only, okay? One verb that I can't remember if it's on your test, but it's been on some of the practice we did in the class, conducir. Any CIR verb is also going to be a J stem verb, so that would be conduj, okay? And it's going to follow the same rule of having eron and not ieron. That's wrong. So it's going to be condujeron. Conduje, condujiste, condujo, condujimos, condujeron. Okay? Moving right along. Reflexive verbs. This is normal stuff. So the only ones I really need to worry about is this guy right here. A little bit harder to find when it's in the middle of a reflexive verb, but that is an IR verb and it does stem change in the preterite. So it's going to be to get dressed, and in the yo form it would be, oh good, I erased that, me vesti. It's a regular old verb, right? I'm conjugating it with that ER-IR verb chart. But in the ellos, ellas, ustedes form, still using the regular verb chart, but it's a stem changer. So it's going to be se vistieron and not se vestieron. I'm still doing the same thing. First, I'm going to get rid of this guy right here. Okay? Going to get rid of that, and I'm going to put it in front of the verb, like that. Okay? Then, now that that's gone, I've got this. I'm going to take that off. I'm going to add my ending, just like I would using the irregular, the IR preterite verb chart. So ieron is the regular IR preterite verb chart ending. Then I'm going to go back and change that original stem, which is easy to see because it's in black now instead of red like the rest. So I'm going to change that E to I, because the only way that my stem changers can change, as we said before, is O to U and E to I in the preterite form. Obviously in the present tense they can do a little bit more. So that's how I got me vistieron. Okay? Despertarse is an AR verb. I can't do anything weird with it. So it's going to be pulling that say out to the front, making it may because, to wake up. I'm going to make it may in the yo form. So may, and if I got rid of the say like I said, and then I remove, and I put it in the front, and because it's in the yo form, I change say to may, and then I take off the AR ending and put the AR yo form verb ending there. Okay, that's all I had to do. So me desperté and se despertaron. And again, it's not a stem changer. Even though it's a stem changer in the present tense, it's not an IR verb, so it can't be a stem changer. So I'm going to go through and do the rest of these real quick. Actually, I do want to go through and do ponerse because it's an irregular verb, right? So it's to put on. And I'm going to say in the yo form, me puse. And in the eos form, se pusieron. Okay? It's again that pus stem that came from it being an irregular verb. And then over here with acercarse, it would be me acerqué. It's a carver, okay? So even with these reflexives, and I know there's not a lot on your test, but you still need to pay attention for them because they might kind of conceal what kind of verb it is if you're not paying close attention. Okay, so let's go through the meanings. Despertarse, to wake up. Se vistieron, to get dressed. Ponerse, to put on. Bañarse, to bathe. Perderse, to get lost. Refugiarse, to take shelter. Emocionarse, to get excited. Acercarse, to get close to. Again, I would still suggest that y'all do that vocabulary thing that I told you about in class where you kind of cover up the, like this, cover up the meaning of the word on a piece of paper. It'd be great if it actually worked. That's too big. Cover up the meaning of the word, go through, see if you can write the meanings, and then if you don't know the meanings, then write those words down to the side, and that's kind of your study list. And then when you're done, cover up your list again of that new study list and write the ones that you know. And your study list will get smaller and smaller, but you can study these words. You need to know your vocab. I keep saying that. I would do the same thing with your verb stems, at least with the irregulars, maybe even just the yo form of every verb. If you can't write the yo form of the verb, keep practicing it. Don't look at this whole entire review completed and say, oh, I got this, because you don't. All right, so that's what all those mean. Yo form, regular over here. I've got me vestí, I've got me puse, we already talked about those. Me bañé, and that should have an accent, sorry. Me perdí, me refugié. That one's kind of scary, right? Because there's two vowels together, but they have to be an ER or IR verb with two vowels together for it to be an issue. So that's not a problem. It just sounds weird, but it's great. Me emocioné, me acerqué. Next up, se despertaron, se vistieron, se pusieron, se bañaron, se perdieron. This one always feels wrong to me because I know it's a stem changer in the yo form, and it's an E to IE stem changer. There's something about it. It is not an IR verb, so we're done. It's not a stem changer in the preterite. Se refugiaron, se emocionaron, se acercaron. All right, moving on to palabras viejas pero útiles. Lentamente, hopefully you learned last year, slowly. And then rápidamente, the opposite of lentamente, which would be quickly. Cansado, several of you silly, silly kids, put that on your test, your writing test, and you got it wrong because married people are not sick. They're not tired. They're just married. They're casado, not cansado. Enfermo is sick. Conjugación. So now we're going to conjugate these. And actually, I'm going to have to do a third video, and I'm going to do it all with these conjugations. Okay? So see you in the next video.